Samsung. How a poor man turns a grocery into a Samsung empire. Prologue. In 1938, a man at the age of 28 dropped out of college at Waseda University in Tokyo, Japan. He established a trucking business in Daegu which he named Samsung Trading Co. Samsung means 3 stars, which explains the initial corporate logos. With a capital of just 30,000 won, Samsung began as a modest trading company that produced noodles and sold dried fish and other locally produced goods. By that time, no one even cared about him. They had no idea what this man would eventually become. After several years, and that man, Lee-Byung-Chul, the founder of Samsung, is now competing with some of the world's largest tech companies in the world. This is the story of how a poor man turns a grocery into a Samsung empire. The start of the success. After being expelled in 1947 due to the Korean War, Lee-Byung-Chul opened the Cheoljadong sugar factory in Busan. Choi Hong-jae, the Hyosung Group's founder, jointly invested in a new company called Samsung Mulsungongsa with Samsung's founder Lee-Byung-Chul. Unfortunately, in 1951, Samsung Group, Hyosung Group, and Hankook Tires split apart because of the disagreement over management style between Choi Hong-jae and Lee-Byung-Chul. Lee-Byung-Chul ran the Samsung Group. The largest woolen mill in the nation's history was built in Chimsandong, where Lee-Byung-Chul launched Chil Mojik in 1954. In 1958, the Samsung Group modified their logo. Jungang Development founded what is now known as Samsung Everland in 1966. Lee-Byung-Chul, the founding chairman of Samsung, and other executives gathered for a conference in 1968 where the decision to enter the electronics industry was taken. Samsung entered the industry of electronics. The historic Samsung Electronics was founded in the year 1969, 2 months after completing the production of its 12-inch TVs in 1970. Samsung Sanyo exported the TV sets to Panama. Samsung built a plant for bronze tube bulbs in 1972 after making significant investments and expanding its production capabilities. In 1973, the 19-inch transistor black and white Maha 506 was the first TV device created by Samsung. Samsung Heavy Industries was established in 1974. Samsung increased its black and white TV lines and hit the 5 production milestones in 1978, overtaking other manufacturers to take the top spot in the globe. Samsung Electronics and Samsung Semiconductor split out into distinct companies. Microwave production went into mass production in 1979. The Gumi-based Hanguk Gyeongja, which eventually served as the hub of Samsung's mobile phone manufacturing, was purchased by Samsung in 1980, and the company joined the telecom's hardware market. Samsung made 1 millionth color television in 1981. In 1982, Samsung opened its first manufacturing company in Portugal because of the country's inexpensive labor and cheap cost of distribution. In 1984, Samsung sold the first VCRs to the United States after beginning to manufacture personal computers. In 1983, Samsung was successful in creating an 8-bit PC 1000 Sudanese pounds and modernizing information processing techniques. Halfway to success. The world's smallest and lightest 4mm video cassette recorder was created by Samsung in 1986. The 1986 Asian Games picked Samsung Semiconductor as its official sponsor. In February of 1987, Samsung Aerospace Industries, now known as Samsung Techwin, was established. Lee-Byung-Chul, the founder and chairman of Samsung, died after nearly 50 years in that position. Ken Haley, the son of Lee-Byung-Chul, took over as the next chairman. To rank among the top 5 electronics corporations worldwide, Samsung set a challenge for itself during this time to restructure existing operations and establish new ones. Samsung Electronics and Samsung Semiconductor and Telecommunications Company amalgamated in 1988. The development of mobile phone handsets was finished in 1991. Samsung overtook Intel as the second largest chip manufacturer in the world in 1992 and rose to become the top producer of memory chips globally. The first 64-plank mass DRAM in the world has been completed. Hard disk drive development for 250 megabytes is accomplished. Lee-Byung shrunk the Samsung Group in 1993, sold off 10 of its subsidiaries, merged other businesses, and focused on 3 industries: electronics, engineering, and chemicals. In 1994, the organization formed the non-profit Samsung Medical Center, which receives annual donations from Samsung of about $100 million USD. The first 256-plank mass DRAM in the world has been finished developing. After 10 years, the company that produced the world's first liquid crystal display LCD screen in 1995 went on to become the top producer of LCD panels. The first real-time MPEG-3 technology was created by Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology. Develops the Alpha chip, the world's fastest CPU central processing unit, in 1996. Samsung Electronics became #1 in the worldwide market. Samsung was mostly unaffected by the 1997 Asian financial crisis, but Samsung Motor was sold to Renault at a substantial loss. Samsung was awarded the title of Worldwide Olympic Partner for cellular communications. The creation of a TV with an entirely flat screen was finished in 1998. A wireless internet phone, a compact, multi-purpose phone, was created in 1999. Korea Aerospace Industries was created by Samsung Aerospace, also known as Samsung Techwin, Daegu Heavy Industries, and Hyundai Space and Aircraft. The TV phone and watch phone from Samsung Electronics entered the Guinness Book of World Records in 2000. Launched by Samsung Electronics, the Pedia phone. Strategic alliance was established between Yahoo and Samsung Electronics. Samsung Electronics unveiled the first ultra-slim handset in 2001. The first 40-inch TFT LCD in the world was created by Samsung Electronics. A new color cell phone with a high-definition TFT LCD was introduced by Samsung Electronics in 2002. Samsung Electronics made the first 46-inch LCD TV available to the public in 2004. Samsung started supporting the Premier League football team Chelsea in 2005. Samsung Electronics introduced the first Blu-ray disc player in the world in 2006. To guarantee a consistent supply of LCD panels for both producers, Samsung and Sony formed the joint venture SLCD. For the 7th quarter in a row, Samsung Electronics held the top spot in the global TV market share in 2007. The best smartphone prize was given to Samsung Electronics Blackjack at CTIA in the US. Yoon Lee was appointed vice chairman and CEO of Samsung Electronics in 2008. In the US market for mobile phones, Samsung has the top position. Samsung Electronics unveiled an open mobile platform, BOTA, in 2009. The peak of success. The world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, was unveiled by Samsung Court in 2010. By revenue, Samsung Heavy Industries rose to become the second largest chip builder in the world. Samsung reported 280 trillion KRW, $258 billion in total revenues, and 30 trillion Korean won, $27.6 billion in profits. By 2020, Samsung plans to invest $20 billion in new initiatives, including those in the healthcare and eco-friendly industries. 2011 saw Samsung purchase Sony's share of the SLCD joint venture. Seagate purchased the hard disk drive division of Samsung Electronics. The Samsung Group was made up of 19 listed firms and 59 unlisted businesses, all of which had their initial public offering on the Korean exchange. Nokia, which had been the market leader since 1998, was surpassed by Samsung Electronics to become the world's largest manufacturer of mobile phones in 2012. More than $13 billion have been invested by Samsung in the Austin factory, which is run as Samsung Austin Semiconductor. Samsung Heavy Industries began construction on the largest chip in the world, which will weigh 600,000 tons when fully loaded. In 2012, Samsung surpassed Apple as the largest advertiser in the world, spending $4.3 billion as opposed to $1 billion. Samsung Electronics released the Galaxy S4 in both the Korean and international markets in 2013. The new Galaxy Note 4 and Galaxy Note Edge were added to the Galaxy Note series by Samsung Electronics in 2014. Samsung announced an investment of $14.7 billion to establish a semiconductor manufacturing facility in South Korea. The commercial release of the Galaxy S5 and the Samsung Gear devices in 125 countries was announced by Samsung Electronics. Samsung Electronics announced the Galaxy S6 and Galaxy S6 Edge in 2015, featuring the first dual-curved displays in history. More U.S. patents have been given to Samsung than to any other corporation, including Apple, IBM, Google, Sony, and Microsoft. Samsung Electronics has unveiled the Gear S2, a fashionable wristwatch with a rotatable bezel and a versatile circular shape. Striving for more. Samsung has made great strides toward becoming the titan of global technology that it is today. There will be no doubt in its ability to surpass Apple as the biggest technology brand creator and distributor in the world if it is able to apply the brand strategies to its business. Samsung is among the top businesses in the world today. The business has a significant impact on South Korea's politics, media, economic growth, and other areas. Their achievement is incredibly motivating. Samsung Electronics surpassed all other mobile manufacturers in 2012. A Samsung device is in the hand of every second person on the planet. Additionally, Samsung has more than 370,000 employees working for it globally. The company's success story is incredibly inspirational, starting out as a grocery store and growing into one of the top corporations in the world. The business, though, also had several setbacks and difficulties. They were at the center of various business scandals, including legal disputes over patent infringement and bribery cases. They overcame all the obstacles, though, and took over the electronics sector. Heavy industries, Samsung Engineering, court cooperation, life insurance, and numerous more companies are among the subsidiaries of Samsung. Samsung is aware that its customers are essential to its future. The ability to provide customers with the goods they desire is the central concept of a company's business development. For Samsung to compete and develop in the global market, the business also aims to boost shareholder returns. Samsung is constantly seeking for methods to alter and better the world on a non-corporate level. What is the Samsung brand's level of success, then? It goes without saying that the company has earned its influence by producing high-quality, innovative products. It has also done so by creating many employments and caring about the environment, culture, charitable organizations, and sports. The corporation has demonstrated throughout its 80-year history that it can be a leader in a wide range of industries. Samsung is one of the biggest and most costly corporations in the world right now. The company is well known for its quality and technical innovation on a global scale.